A lot of the dogs that came in from the storm are just like Brutus and Bear right here. If you're getting tired of all the construction and tight speed limits, pre-K is crucial for another group of students, those living in the southern part of the state. Empty cages show the reality of supply, demand, and drought, but it's believed things can and will turn around. One thing that is certain is how shaken up the Cedar Park community actually is. Now, if you look behind me, you'll see folks are already coming together. Well, Ed, along with abortions, this clinic provided birth control, family planning, exams for women. But if you take a look around right now, you'll see furniture overturned. Inside, they'd find a stress ball, some earplugs, but most importantly, a way to replant their trees. I'm definitely getting more and more charmed as we speak. Brandon, one last time, why don't we tell people when they can come? Like the song says, I can't drive 55, and evidently a lot of Austinites can't either. Hey there, everyone. It is a beautiful morning out here at Threadgills. This performer comes to us from New Orleans, just released his debut album. Gonna be a bluesy feel. This is Benjamin Booker. Have a listen. Well, Jeff, doctors are actually calling this a major medical breakthrough. You know, the first 24 people to ever try it, including a 79-year-old woman who I spoke with, received their treatment in San Antonio. It's been 1 year and they're continuing to show no signs of melanoma. Construction on Mopac started late last December. That was no surprise. What was the new speed limit?
It's pretty ridiculous, honestly. 55 on a highway is kind of hard to deal with when you got a lot of people.
North Austin to South Austin used to take about 30 minutes. Now it's like an hour and a half to get to where I need to go.
Heavy traffic can make people step on the gas pedal, with or without knowing the consequences.
State law, if you get a ticket in a construction work zone and workers are present anywhere in the corridor, then the speed fine is doubled. And so it is a very expensive ticket. Expensive
tickets, and lots of them. Officers have handed out 3 times as many tickets this year, up from 4,600 in 2013 to nearly 14,000 year to date. If you're getting tired of all the construction, the narrow ramps, and tight speed limits, well, it could all be over soon, at least on some parts of the project.
During the daytime when workers aren't physically out on the roadway, if you're north of 183, in a couple of weeks we do expect to raise the speed limit back to 65.
Good news, even if some plan to avoid the area as much as they can. Last year, when there wasn't any construction, you were looking at about 17 tickets a day. Fast forward to present time, well, that's about 52. I'm also told a number of those tickets haven't been filed in court yet, which means come the end of the year, you can expect a giant increase in tickets out here on Mopac.
To the untrained eye, this may look easy, but trust me, it takes a lot of practice in working at this to get it right.
While it takes some time to master the perfect pour, Fredericksburg has been working a long time to get Oktoberfest right. 4 stages of entertainment, 15 food booths, and more than 30 different choices of, you guessed it,
there we go,
beer. But the fun isn't just for grown-ups. The city has been hard at work, setting up children's areas, craft tables, and plenty of games. It's an event that draws thousands every October. David Weeding remembers his first. He ran out of prizes, but collected the addresses of all his winners.
Mexico, California, Arizona, a lot of places around. In fact, we've had a lot of people from Europe here as well.
But what's even more interesting, he says, is how many come from nearby cities looking to relax.
Completely different environment than the cities of Austin and San Antonio. It's very relaxed. Traffic jam is usually 5 cars at a red light.
Rumor has it only 2 women have actually got the high striker to ring.
Straight up over your
Clearly, I need more practice. However, win or lose, Oktoberfest is important for the town and one of the biggest money makers.
Definitely help the economy. We pack all of the lodging, we pack the restaurants, people buy gas.
34 years of celebrating German tradition.
So much fun being able to wear this once a year and not get arrested. But it's just part of the atmosphere, and it just really makes for a whole lot of fun here at Oktoberfest.
From head to toe. Well, if you're starting a garden, sometimes it can be a little intimidating. A lot of times people think that they need to start out with something really big when actually all they might need is something a little smaller.
Yes. Hi, Miss Coy. Good to see you today. How are you?
That's not the typical response you'll hear from a cancer patient when they come in for treatment.
We were all pretty down at first because there weren't a lot of options for melanoma.
Especially when it's as aggressive as 79-year-old Diana Coy's. Last year, when a mole turned deadly within days, her doctors got her into the test group for Keytruda at the START Center.
It's just amazing. After very few treatments, they just started drying up, and then they just fell off. It was wonderful.
What you see on her scans is really just some residual skin changes, but the actual active cancer is gone.
Here's how it works. The cellular pathway PD-1 restricts the immune system from fighting cancer. Keytruda blocks that pathway, allowing the body to attack melanoma cells.
And again, this is truly a milestone for melanoma, and what we feel will ultimately result in a paradigm shift or a revolution in the way we actually think and treat this disease.
They do some blood work, and you see the doctor, and it's only a 30-minute infusion. So, I mean, it's just painless, really.
The drug is also painless post-treatment, allowing patients to live full, active lives.
Patients don't lose their hair, they don't have a drop in their blood counts or other side effects that would be traditionally associated with chemotherapy that would make people feel unwell.
Treatment is only needed every 3 weeks in her hometown, something the grandmother of 2 is grateful for.
I feel so lucky to live in this part of the country.
A local weapon about to become part of the worldwide fight against skin cancer. Now, once San Antonio tried it out, 11 other centers in the U.S., Europe, and Australia also gave it a try. Now, Jeff, I'm told the good news is Keytruda will actually be available for the public in about a week or so. With a rip and a snap and a few years in between.
They'll comfort you when you first get glasses, and that they'll help you not lose glasses.
Molly Lofthouse says she thought up the idea for Lens Friends after her 7-year-old son Liam was bullied at school.
Stabbed in the eye with a pencil at school in 2nd grade, and a 1/4 inch of lead broke off in his eye, and he had emergency surgery. Like any parent, you want to take the place of your child in pain.
Once Liam made a full recovery, Molly got to thinking, why not invent a way to help other kids who need glasses? With a little creativity and plenty of design input.
This one, I did all my favorite colors.
For Kids by Kids, Lens Friends came to life. They wear your glasses when you're not looking, keep them safe on travels, and are a cuddly companion. Business is growing. Guess who the first investor was?
Mom gave me some money to start a snack shop, and I got more money. I invested $105 of that.
Local optical stores have already started placing orders, but they never forget where Lens Friends got their start.
That we did as a family, we just came together and just to get through a difficult situation.
You're not playing about what?
Taxi companies say it's all about fairness in city regulation and safety. They say since they have to play by the rules with insurance, permitting, and inspections, so should rideshare services like Uber and Lyft. The San Antonio Police Department has issued cease and desist orders to rideshare drivers, orders which have been ignored. SAPD has proposed a compromise, but the cab companies call it unfair.
The city's proposing is a $160 fee. This is $440 what we pay. Because they're using a residential vehicle in a commercial vehicle for higher capacity, the dynamics of that vehicle maintenance totally change.
Right now, Uber and Lyft are operating outside the law without the rules that regulate cab companies. Taxi companies say it's also unfair for the customer, from the way you contact to the way you pay with plastic. But officials with Lyft say it's actually had the opposite effect.
60% or higher of those rides actually end in underserved communities.
Transportation network companies, or TNCs, like Uber and Lyft are not required to service the entire city or accommodate people with disabilities. Cab companies are.
We're not worried about the competition, it's just a fair competition. A big thing that's concerning is the 24/7 coverage.
Most TNCs do not own or operate a fleet of vehicles, but rely on non-professional drivers who provide their own vehicles.
We're more than happy to abide by appropriate safety standards. We're more than happy to codify our insurance practices. The insurance discussion is a little bit complicated there, but our insurance would cover all portions of a ride.
Since the discussion is so complicated, the city's Public Safety Committee will form a new task force to study the issues before moving forward with recommendations for council. In San Antonio, Alese Underwood, Time Warner Cable News.